everyone. Hello, happy Sunday. Woohoo. I've come on just a smidge early, so I'm just gonna give it a minute before I jump straight into our topic. But it's lovely to see you all here. Hi Tani, I can see you there as well. Let me know, guys, what you've been doing this week in amongst the rain and the wind. Let me know what you've been doing. Hi Mel. Guys, I love seeing you all jump on here. So remember, it's a hashtag live if you're here watching with us tonight. It's a hashtag replay if you're not watching live with us tonight, but you are watching this later on. I hope you are. I'm going to be a little bit hard-hitting tonight. I'm going to bring out my inner coach, I guess. I'm going to be a little bit brutal. It's not quite the right word. But I'm going to get straight to the point tonight. So I hope you're ready for it. If you are ready for a dose of, reality, maybe, I'm going to do that tonight. So it's going to be a relatively quick one. Hi, Jody. Jody's hashtag live. It's going to be a relatively quick one, very short, sharp, shiny, because I feel like I've been chewing your ears off a little bit lately. I feel like I've been doing a lot of lives here in the group. And I wanted to come at you tonight with something simple, something so simple but powerful for you. Something that is going to encourage you to stop and think about what it is that's really important for you in your life at the moment. I have a little sentence that I love to say, and it's my mantra for myself as well on those days where I'm feeling like I'm not hitting my goals and I'm not working towards my goals. And I actually feel it's really important for us to acknowledge in all aspects of our lives, not necessarily just health and wellness, but in anything. And that sentence is either you want it or you don't. Now, some of you that have been around a while will have heard me talk about this before, but I know for some of you this will be relatively new. But this is my sentence. So I don't want anybody to take what I say tonight the wrong way, because I never mean for things to be taken in a negative context. There is nothing wrong with wanting what you want. Whatever you want in your life, that is up to you, and that is not up to anyone else to judge. But life is too short to make excuses for not getting what we think we want or what we think we deserve. So my sentence, I'll say it again, is either you want it or you don't. And I want you to remember that coming out of tonight. So I'm going to ask you one question. What is one thing you need to start doing in your life that is going to make you feel happier or healthier or more content or more relaxed or more in control? But at the moment, you feel like you don't have time for it. Let me know in the comments below if you're happy to. Otherwise, just ponder on that for a minute. What is one thing you need to start doing in your life to make yourself happier, healthier, more content, less stressed, anything like that, more in control? I can see Regan's on here. Hi, Regan. I can see Meredith. Meredith's got an annoying 5-year-old crying. I've just had my 8-year-old put a staple in her finger 4 minutes before I went live. Meredith, I feel your pain, but we've hit the bravery mode and it's out and the Band-Aid's on. Kids will be kids, that's life. And that's a bit why I'm a little bit late tonight as well. My daughter had netball in the city. Sometimes, kids come first and we can't do anything about it. So that's fine. I hope your 5-year-old feels a lot better soon, Meredith. And I hope you've got some snuggles and you can listen at the same time. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Beck. Leslie's here too. Melissa Taylor's here. Hi, Melissa. I can see all these hashtag lives. So what is it maybe that you need to start doing in your life, but you feel like you don't have time for? I am actually a big believer in the fact that we make time for the things that are important to us, whether that be family, friends, money, health, fitness, any part of our lives. We prioritize what is important to us at that particular time. We do it subconsciously. Sometimes we do it on purpose, but a lot of the time we do it subconsciously. And this is where we can get our knickers into a little bit of a twist. So for example, I'll just give you some, keeping a roof over your head is actually really, really important, yeah? So you prioritize going to work and getting paid. We also prioritize paying that mortgage and the bills too. Feeding your family is really important. So we prioritize going to work to get the money, saving the money, and then going to the shops to buy food, right? And that's exactly how it should be. These things are a priority for us. But where we get our knickers in a twist, ladies, and where we really give ourselves the guilt trip is when we think we want something, or maybe when somebody else wants something from us and we just don't make the time to get it done. What we do is we then start making excuses as to whether or not we can't do it or why we can't get it done. But tonight, I actually want you to dig deep and encourage you to give yourself permission to stop making excuses. One of my pet peeves is actually the phrase, I don't have time. Hands up if you've used, I don't have time. I don't have time to do that, or I haven't had time to do this. I use it on occasion, don't get me wrong. I get cross at myself when I do, because at the end of the day, we all have the same amount of time. You and I have the same amount of time in a day as billionaires do, as perfectly toned athletes do, as the immaculately presented mums at school drop-off do. We have the same amount of time as stay-at-home mums, busy mums, working mums, business owners, mums with one kid, single mums with 5 kids. We've all got the same number of hours and minutes in the day. Everyone on the planet has the same time to use as they choose to use it. So I firmly believe that we shouldn't say, or we shouldn't revert to the excuse, I don't have time for that. But rather, I feel like we need to switch our language up and get into the habit of acknowledging that it just wasn't on our priority list at this point in time, because that's totally okay. Guys, it is your life. It is your choice how you spend that time. So what you need to do is you need to stop apologizing for how you do that. Consider this though. When we really, really do want something, we will carve out time to make it happen. We will find the money to make it happen. We will invest our whole self to make it happen, whatever it may be. And we will usually stop doing something else to make space in our lives for what it is that we want. But what you need to remember is that you will only do this when you are truly ready. It's not going to happen for everything that you think you want, okay? It's going to happen for those things that you are absolutely ready for. This is quite often why you'll find if you try and do a lot of changes in your life at once, it won't happen, because you're not truly ready for all of those things to change, and you're not ready to prioritize all of those things, simply because you can't. You can't prioritize everything, then it's not prioritizing, all right? So if you're not truly ready to jump into something, that's okay. It's not your time to be doing it. But just don't make excuses about not doing it, okay? Try not to get yourself into that habit of making excuses and making yourself feel bad. What I want you to do instead is own the fact that it is not a priority at this point, and don't feel guilty about it. Not at all. Guys, we need to stop feeling guilty about all these different things in our lives. Don't apologize for it either. It's your life. You choose how you want to spend your life. You choose how you want to spend your time. You choose how you want to spend your money. You choose how your life is going to be every single day. You're in charge, and you owe nobody an explanation. So when it comes to things like health, okay, because we are predominantly a health-based group, I want you to think of these things. Instead of saying, I didn't have time to prepare meals this week or meal prep, try saying to yourself, do you know what? It wasn't a priority for me this week. It wasn't as important to me this week. And then acknowledge that as a result of that choice, that your eating may not have been where you wanted it to be. It may not have been reaching your goals, and that's okay, because that was the choice that you made and it wasn't a priority for you this week. Maybe you've said, I don't have time to go for a walk, or I don't have time to do exercise. You do. Let's be brutally honest. We all do. It's about what you are willing to move around in your life to get that done. And if the answer is nothing, if the answer to, you're not willing to move anything around in your life to make half an hour or 45 minutes to exercise, That's okay. That's your choice. That's your choice. Then it's just not your time to do that. Okay? It's a lack of a will to want to go for that walk. Quite obviously, you don't want to exercise. You don't want to prioritize your exercise, and that's okay. There is no problem with that, ladies. So I'm trying to give you permission tonight to have these things in your life that you do or you want. So it's no problem, but just don't use the excuse you don't have time. You need to own the fact that at this point in time, it is not a priority. That's what you need to do. This is a mindset thing, ladies. See, when you make excuses like, I don't have time, you are actually training your brain to think that excuses are a get out of jail free card. It's your chance to let yourself off the hook and fail to keep promises to yourselves. It's not a good place to be. It's really not a good place to be at all. The one person in the whole world who you should always keep your promises to is yourself. Plus, you are also telling your subconscious that whatever that thing was that really just isn't important to you, you're telling your brain that thing isn't important to you. That's what you're doing. That's what you're telling your brain. So therefore, it won't be at the forefront of your mind anymore. You're actually subconsciously telling your brain, let's say walking, for example, you're subconsciously telling your brain, it's not actually that important. It's not going to benefit me. It's not going to be great for me. That's what you're doing subconsciously by saying, I don't have time. I don't have time. But you need to actively use the language, it's not a priority for me at the moment. By the same token, ladies, if you really do want something, go and get it. Make time for it. Make space for it. You will probably have to work hard at making time for whatever that is. Maybe you have to stop doing something else, or maybe you have to minimize the amount of time you spend on something else in order to make time for this new habit or whatever it is that you need to do. But after doing that for a few weeks, this new thing that you've started to make time for will become a habit. It will become a part of your routine, and your brain will then start to realize, hey, this is actually really important to us. This is making us feel better. This is making us feel more in control. And therefore, it will then become your new normal. But you've got to give it time. You've got to give your brain time to form that habit and realize that whatever this is really important for you. So if you actually truly do believe that you want something, the first thing you need to do is stop making excuses. Either you want it or you don't. Start carving out time, find the money if you have to, fill your life with the things that are going to make you smile, okay? Whatever it is that you need to do. Fill your day with things that are going to make you feel good about yourself, even if it is that 30-minute walk in the morning or in the afternoon or after work, whatever it is. Fill your soul with doing things that are good for you. There is no way that things like that can be bad for you or your mental health or your family, okay? So if there's something that you need to be doing, stop making excuses and go do it, ladies, because if it's going to make your life easier, if it's going to make your life more in control, less stressful, then it's time to start doing it. Whatever it is that you have been making excuses about doing, maybe you identified it at the start of this live tonight, whatever it is that you've been putting off, whatever it is that you've not been making time for, if you inherently know that it's going to be a crucial element to making your life easier or happier, I want you to go now and do it. I want you to decide how you can make time or energy or space in your life to make that happen. I'm going to say it again. Either you want it or you don't. Okay? You have to make the choice. So I'm going to give you a goal for this week. Your goal is to choose one thing that you know you need to change, and you need to start focusing on changing that. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? It's your thing. But I want you to choose just one thing. One thing maybe you've been putting off. One thing maybe you know is going to be a game changer for your stress levels or your mental health, or even your food goals this week, your nutrition goals. But just one thing. Do not overwhelm yourself. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't complicate it, okay? Choose one thing. Make it your priority every single day this week. Maybe it's drinking more water. Okay, something super simple. That's going to affect so many areas of your life. Maybe it's zoning in on your real calorie intake, ladies. You know, making sure that we're tracking properly. We talked about that last week. Maybe it's getting your steps up over 7,000 steps a day. Maybe it's finishing a project in the house. Maybe it's getting your tax ready because we're at tax time. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's going to be, if it's going to be a weight off your shoulders at the end of the week when you've done it for 7 days, that's what I want you to focus on doing this week. This week is about going out and getting whatever it is you want, and stop making excuses for not grabbing the things that you think you do want, okay? I want you to have a really good, hard talk with yourself this week about either you want it or you don't. Everything in life comes down to something super simple like that, all right? Self-care is not just about food and exercise, ladies. Self-care is about doing the things that we know are good for us, doing the things that take some stress away from our lives, and the things that light a passion inside of us. All right, ladies, I hope, look, I know it's been a quick one. I said it was going to be a quick one. It's hard hitting. If you do nothing else this week, when you're thinking about excuses for not reaching your goals, whatever it is, I want you to remember my voice in your head this week saying, either you want it or you don't. It's that simple. All right, ladies, have an amazing week. Go make your dreams happen. I'll talk to you later on. Bye.